Here we go. God is
Hello,
here.
hello.
Hi.
Hi, hi. Welcome
Hello,
all.
Hi, brother.
hello.
Joining here on Instagram. Down to the
I'm here
left,
on
we have
Instagram.
Mayor's on Instagram, and we're here on all the other platforms. We're with Mayor, of course, and we're joined by Myrtle. It's so nice to have you on. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm
And
so
Where are
excited.
you?
yeah,
Where are
Um,
you right now?
I always say I'm an hour west of Toronto, so that's the easiest way to say where I am, an hour west of Toronto. So,
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
I'm
Canada.
an hour east of heaven.
I know you keep saying that.
Yeah. I'm actually in heaven. We can fight over it. I'm in Cape Town. So
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
yeah. Heaven is
Yeah.
where I
Mayor,
am.
yeah. Mayor's in Dubai right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
so that's cool. So wherever you are, that's where it is. Got it. Got it. Oh,
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you can
oh,
reconnect. Yeah.
all right.
Let me try and reconnect you.
Okay.
Let's see. Now you're still frozen. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Yes, I can see you. You here. And
Okay.
Gali is
There we
back.
go.
Yes.
Perfect.
There you are.
Yay.
Woo!
Held you in suspense.
You sure
So
did.
so we have Myrtle here first of all from Canada, and basically what how we know Myrtle is she's part of the GP family for a few months now, if not close to a year, and just
Yeah.
been adding so much to the group and bringing other friends and learning with us and applying and doing amazing. And she has a beautiful family, and I've met her daughter and so many. We've been in such good touch, and she had some questions that she asked me that were great questions, and I said this would actually be a fantastic question to put forth to many viewers, because I've had this question before on this subject, and that's how we started. And Myrtle will have some questions about it, but really the topic is on the topic of religion. And is religion good for you, or is religion bad for you? Myrtle will be the one asking, but I'll put a little disclaimer out as I do, which is that Mayor's answers might challenge you. They might be different than what you want to hear. They might rub you the wrong way and sometimes rub you the right way, and sometimes you like it and sometimes you won't. And this is for the listeners to know that you should just take it, understand it, and let a different point of view expand your mind. And if it is beneficial, great. And if not, you have every right to reject it. It's just a viewpoint, but it won't be what you're used to hearing. So it's going to be different.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, we're breaching a subject that can be sensitive, religion. You have your views on it. Every person has their views on it. This is just what we're talking about today. So, with that in mind, I'll open up to Myrtle to ask the questions, and Myrtle, you two will really be the ones kind of speaking. I'm going to chime in here and there with my questions.
All right. Well, I'm so excited. Like, thank you for like, taking my question and helping others, because I think that's a great thing when we can help others, and it'll help me. So this is a very selfish question because as a child, I've grown up going to church and having these beliefs, and just since I've been learning with you, changing my view, it's been challenging my viewpoints, and I'm like, I don't know. So then I'm studying and I'm like, I don't know. So I think the one I want to start with is understanding um sin and salvation, and how, because one of the things we've that I've been taught, and I've taught my kids, is you need to have your sins forgiven, and you got to come to Jesus and ask Jesus into your heart, and he'll forgive you of your sins, and that's how you can have this sense of freedom, or something like that. And so I think maybe let's start there.
Okay. So let's look first of all at the basic principle. and it is anything, any kind of therapy in history was based always and will always based on communication. You'll get sick to the degree that you are unwilling to communicate. So if you done something that is a sin, the instinct will be to not communicate it, to hide it. You don't go to the newspaper and say, hey, look, I just stole $100. You hide it. And the message that all religions give, and especially the Christian religion, is look, go and communicate. First of all, to Jesus. It's the easiest gradient. He is willing to accept anything. So basically what they said, look, I'm removing all the barriers. Talk to God. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. Just be willing to communicate. Immediately you will improve. So this is the entry level that if you cannot do that, you cannot do anything else because you're not communicating. You're not alive. You don't have anything because the only thing that you have is what you are willing to communicate with. So this is, I think, is amazing. It's beautiful. It's correct, but it's limited. Why is it limited? Because it doesn't have the next step, which is once I communicate with something and I have it, I have to take responsibility for it. So it's not, he will forgive me for what is done. What does it mean? It means, okay, you are forgiven, but now the key is in your hands. You have been created in the image of God. Act like one. Be 100% responsible. And people forget that part. It's very easy for them to say, okay, fine, Jesus will forgive me, or whatever the religion is. But the next thing is, that's not the whole Bible. The second part of the Bible, or even before that, is you've been created in the image of God, and God is 100% responsible. Are you going to take responsibility, or are you going to just sit there and do nothing? That's what's missing in the teaching, not in the teaching of Jesus, in the teaching of people that teach what Jesus said. He was 100%. I said that many times. There is nothing wrong with the Bible. Everything is perfect. There is a lot of wrong with the understanding of people of the Bible, or actually the misunderstanding of people of the Bible.
Right, absolutely. Because one of the things that, from the things I'm learning from you, is understanding the principle of being cause and or being effect. And one of the other part that I see is almost being the effect of it rather than being in a position of cause where I'm waiting for God to do something in my life, or waiting for Jesus, or it's not where I'm almost not a participant in my life. So how do those go together? I seem to,
because on the one hand, if you are really, 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 really down, the first therapy is be willing to communicate. So you are communicating to Jesus, you are in communication, you accepting the fact that there is someone there that is actually on your side. So you are willing to communicate. That's number one. That's the first step. But it's far from where you need to get to. The next step is you need to take responsibility. What does it mean to take responsibility? Depends what you've done. You somehow need to remove the effect of what you've done from you and from the environment. Because the fact that someone forgive me do not mean that I didn't do it. I can come and I can steal $100 from you, and you forgive me. You forgive me. I released you from the problem, but I still have the problem. I did not forgive myself. To forgive myself, I need to go and take responsibility. I need to do something about it. It can be something in the physical universe, which means to give you, if you are Jewish, it will be $110. If you're not, only 100.
We charge interest.
He would charge you interest.
uh, yes.
So first of all, I need to make up the damage to give you something because I cause damage in the physical universe, actual damage. And second, I need to figure out how come me, someone that was created in the image of God, a perfection, all of a sudden do something so bad. The fact that you forgive me, allow me the space to look and handle. But if I don't go and look and handle it, you will see that I will need you to forgive me for a long, long time. You understand? So it's not a handling.
Yeah. So basically, if
So
you
the
don't go and
hand,
handle it physically, if you don't make up amends or whatever, you basically carry that burden with you and kind of no. Okay.
not exactly. The making up the damage is one thing, wonderful. It's for her. But for me, I need to figure out the source. Why did I do that? What in
Mhm.
my mind, what in my environment, what in my viewpoint caused me to do that? Because I don't want to do it. How do I know that I don't want to do it? Because I realize it's not good. I came and I confess. I say it's not good.
Yeah.
So, but the source is not handled because by her forgiving me, the source of the problem is not handled. Let's say I drive a car and I do an accident and I hit you. Okay. So I pay you to fix the damage, but I'm still the same driver. I need to find out what I don't know about driving that caused me to do an accident. And if this accident happened the week after again, for sure, I don't know. And I can tell you for sure, once you committed the sin, you will repeat the sin in different ways. Even if you confess, because confessing enough is just an opening of a door to allow you to start now take responsibility. It's the first step. It's only the first step. That's enough. Do not help. And how do we know? Look at the condition of society today, regardless if you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, whatever, society deteriorates, which
Mhm.
means that the confession is not enough. It's not enough to come and say, okay, fine, I'm sorry, or I accept Jesus, or I am whatever. It doesn't work. Practically, it doesn't work. Why? Because the Bible is not one page. The Bible have many, many things, and the whole give you this recovery. The Bible is just a map on how to become you again, how to remove the sins and the problems and the craziness, and to be someone in the image of God, to actually honor your creator.
Mm.
Yeah, totally. I see that, and I see that especially again since I've been learning and studying with you for this last little while. Just kind of it's been there, so I kind of knew, but now I go okay, right? Because I think what you force me to do, which I didn't quite understand at the beginning, is where you would say, you know, nothing I say is true, and make it yours. And I was like, well, you're telling me, if you're telling me, and it seemed to be that there was a conflict, and now I understand what you mean by, yeah, I have to be willing to look and see, and you say, you don't have to agree with me, but you have to understand what I'm saying. And I think that's also a really key part. So sometimes we get told what to think or told what to understand, and you're like, no, like, you are capable of understanding yourself. Have a look. And I think that's something that's just so powerful about what you
Yeah.
teach. So
Yeah.
So
thank
you
you.
know him. So you know him.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say sorry to interrupt really quick. On Instagram, there's a few people that are saying that they can't hear Myrtle because yeah, it's on Instagram, guys. Sorry. She's on the other YouTube channels and so forth. So those on Instagram, if you want to get the live feed, you can go to gprosperity.com/live stream. Just letting you know. Okay.
Maybe put it in the chat, Baba.
Okay, I'll write it for you guys as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to you guys.
Okay, so yes, I say number one that you know everything. How do I know that you know? Because if I tell you something, you go, you look at what you already know, and you come back to me and you tell me if you agree or not, which means that you know it. Yes, you're not willing, you're not aware of it, you're not taking responsibility for your knowledge, but you know it. Number two, if I say something, the moment that you come to communication with anyone, you actually say, I now undertake to understand what you said. Just to understand, not to agree. But most people, they get into a communication not in order to understand, but in order to cause someone else to understand them. And that's not communication. When I communicate, you undertake to understand what I say. And if you don't understand, you need to be brave enough and say, hey, I don't understand. Because otherwise, we're not in communication. How can you agree with me or don't agree with me if you didn't understand what I say? So understanding is a must. Agreement is irrelevant. Actually, I'm not looking for an agreement at all because in my definition, agreement is just a set of limitations and I'm trying to free you, not to limit you. So I'm not looking for actual agreements. And the last thing is that anything that I tell you, because you already know it, if you don't admit that you know it already, if you don't make it your own, if you don't realize that you actually put yourself there in this communication and you got what you got from me based on what you already know, if you don't admit that, then I'm actually damaging you. I want you to be the source of the knowledge, and I don't want parrots around me. I don't need more parrots. There are enough parrots around. I'm looking for actual beings that can actually come up with an idea, that actually can understand. That's what I'm looking for, and I want people that just not just following. They need to be caused. So yes, I'm definitely pushing it, and so I say at the beginning of every one of my webinars or seminars, everything I say is not true unless it is true for you. Every seminar, like even if you've been with me with 1,000 seminars, every beginning of every seminar and during the seminar, I will remind you, whatever I say is not true unless it is true for you. And there's only one exception. If whoever said that to you is your wife, then it's true.
Instantly. Don't argue
Of
that.
course. Don't argue.
Oh, don't argue that one. All right, I have one more for you because another challenge is that you say you're perfect, and then if you're not perfect, it's not you, and that's been another huge gap for me to close because I've been raised, or I'm trying to use my words now. I'm learning with you that I got to use the words right. But anyway,
Okay.
you get what I mean. Is that idea that we're not perfect, like like you are, and so how when you say you're perfect, but yet I still do dumb things, or I still do
Okay.
yeah.
So did you notice that you say that you do dumb things? You didn't say I am dumb. You say I do dumb things. When you do something, it's not you, obviously. If I move the cup, it's an action, it's one of my action, it's not me. Is the result maybe of my viewpoint, but it's not me. So first of all, we need to separate between you and your actions. Once you separate between you and your action, you will see that you have decided to do things based on the total data that you have around you. And you're so perfect that regardless of what's happening, always at zero time, you've done the most thing from your viewpoint. Which means that the problem is not you. The problem is the data around you. So if the data around you is misleading you and you do something bad, we cannot fix you because you're already perfect. You have a perfect computer. The data that I give to this computer is faulty. So I cannot fix the computer. It's already perfect. But I can fix the data. And the data is your mind. The data is your experience. The data is your belief. The data is your habits. The data is all those things that people don't understand that how bad they are for you, and they're actually trying to convince you to have them. For example, people say you need to have specific habits. No, parrots needs habits. Rabbits need habits. Uh, husband needs habits, but human being not. beings beings do not need habits. Beings need to know, and based on the data that always change around them, make the correct decision. So a habit is just a method of hiding an irresponsibility. If I know that I need to do, if I'm responsible for my job, and because of that I need to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning, I wake up at every morning at 4 a.m. not out of habit, because I'm not a machine, but I wake up because I have a purpose, I have a target I need to achieve. And because of that, I make myself wake up. It's not a habit. It's not a gong that tells me wake up. I'm not a prisoner. In a prison, you have a habit. At 4 a.m. or 6 p.m. or whatever they say, or 6 a.m., they wake you up and you have to be outside. That's a habit. It's uncontrolled thing. So you are perfect. And anything that is not perfect is not you. Because you, the perfection, look at the data that you have, and from your limited viewpoint, you do the best at that second. You never, ever in your life been wrong. How do I know? Because you can say I was wrong because I was wrong, but it's never I was wrong because I want to be wrong. I did. You had an accident. I didn't see the car. I was tired. I was drunk. The brakes broke. It's never you. It's something external to you, because you instinctively, you natively want to do the right thing. Otherwise, you will never recognize a sin. The fact that people can recognize a sin is a proof that they are good. The fact that people hide the sin is a major proof that they are wrong. Because if I was bad
That they're good.
native, that they are good, yes. If I
Yeah.
was bad natively, every time I will do something bad, I will go to the side at least and say, yes, I'm improving. No, I'm good natively. So when I do something bad, I go to the side and I'm crying. I'm
hmm
trying to fix it. I'm hiding it. What does it mean, hiding? Is a method of trying to fix it. People are perfect. Anything that is not perfect is not them. Now, once you know that, you don't try to fix the person, you fix his actions, you fix his viewpoint, you expand his ability to confront, to see, and automatically, without doing anything, you improve the person. You studying with us, I didn't fix you at all, but I got you to see different things. I remove all kind of things that you were not willing to look at before, and you look. And of course, your life improved automatically. I didn't fix you. You are the same you. And the only thing that I have is the perfection that is you. Otherwise, how do you change a spirit? How do you change a nothingness? It's impossible. You are perfect. There is no doubt. And I can prove it on every step of the way. And you know it natively that it's correct.
Yeah. And I think that's what it's so why I struggle with, because when in practice, where what I see happening is I see continued deterioration even within my own faith circle, right? So I see, you know, family deterioration, relationships deterioration, financial deterioration, just all the deterioration. And I'm like, okay, there's something not connecting, because if I'm supposed to be, this is to be helping, I should see, and even if it's on a gradient scale, as you say, I should see an upward turn rather than a decreasing capability. So that, and one of the things
So
that I learned from you is this idea that if you want to fix a problem, you need to find the right source. And I think that is
yeah,
so powerful, because if the problem still exists, it means that we have not pinpointed the correct source. So that's
yeah.
another one of my
So,
struggles.
so of course, the people around you don't have the knowledge that you have, but you personally, you improved because you have that knowledge, because you realize that you are perfect. You're looking at your stuff and you say, yeah, that's my action. I can change that. You can separate between you and your action. You look at your kids now and you can separate between them and the actions. So even if you lose it for a second, you still know, no, I'm good. It's me. I'm good. The actions is something else. But if someone go to church or to synagogue or to school and the people teach him that the best thing to do is to use drugs. You have a headache, take drugs. You cannot concentrate, take drugs. So if this is what they teach you, they're now taking this perfection and masking the ability of that perfection to confront life by drugs, for example. Or if they every day you are bombarded with saying the best thing to do is to be afraid, and they don't understand what they're doing, because to be afraid means not to look. Fear is just an unwillingness to observe, to look. So you want people that are perfect to act in a physical universe, a universe of facts, and you ask them to close their eyes by being afraid. So you've got all kind of forces that operating on the being and convincing him to become useless. And the forces are, number one, a destruction of the family. The family unit is not as important. Number two, destruction of the education. People don't understand, but they argue. Number three is the destruction of the food that we're eating. Number four, destruction of religion. Any religion is better than no religion. How do I know? Because mankind survived tremendous situation, tremendous disasters, because he had this compass that called religion. Religion is a compass. In the physical universe, you've got the North Pole. Spiritually, for the being, the North Pole is the religion, his own religion. And I don't care which religion he's on. Yes, if he's not Jewish, never mind. No one is perfect. I'm just joking. Just joking. Just said too. So religion, the
Yeah, of course.
distraction of religion, the push of, oh no, it's all an accident, like it's all chemicals. Oh no, just a big bang. It's total nonsense, yes? Then you have the drugs. Everything is being forced to fix with drugs, which the problem with drugs is just it's irresponsibility. I don't care that the body get destroyed. It's just the viewpoint is an irresponsible viewpoint. I cannot handle it. I need a crutch. It's a defeated viewpoint. That's
Mm-hmm.
the problem with drugs. It's just a defeated viewpoint. So all these things together operate on this being that is perfect, and you educate him and you brainwash him and you brainwash him and you brainwash him. Oh no, don't go to religion. Religion is bad. Religion is bad. Religion. No, religion, if you just look at history, religion is the best thing that happened to mankind. Because without religion, there wouldn't be science. Without religion, there is no compass. There is no right or wrong. So it's
Why would
people
there
are
not be
perfect.
science without religion?
Because religion came up with the idea of right and wrong, and religion came up with the idea of you can. You are made in the image of God, which means you can. This is just
Hmm.
unbelievable, because this concept, this small thing of I can, eventually brought about a religion, brought about science, that the job of science was the eradication of superstition. The purpose of science is the eradication of superstition. And the religion gave this idea, this basic thing of you can, because you are born, you are made in the image of God. You know what kind of power it is? Like your father is God. Like
Yeah.
this, like your father is God. It's like if your father is extremely rich, you are going with much more uh, dreams than if your father is extremely poor. Now, your father is
Hmm.
not only rich, he's God. It's like your father is God. This is what religion said. If you take
Hmm.
that, you understand that over time, people realize, 1 second, we are made in the image of God. This is giving you a lot of power. So, of course, we can understand. Of course, we can understand. Of course, we can understand.
Hmm. Hmm.
Without that viewpoint, by the way, when any golden era in history of man was because someone came and say, yes, you can. And they've done it through religion, they've done it through art, they've done it through beauty. Whenever this kind of thing was promoted, there is an improvement.
Hmm.
And when war is promoted, which is the opposite, you've got the deterioration. It's quite amazing.
Very. Hmm.
So awesome. Like, thank you. I've gotten way more. I'm so excited now. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, it's so clear. And as I'm getting these questions and getting these answers, I see, because I've always thought, even with music, you think of the great or classical music pieces and things like that. They were all mostly written by people who were religious and people who understand that the beauty and the manifest of creation and what is there. And then I'm like, so why is it today that we don't see, at least I don't see that as much coming out? Like, what gets
Lot of
put out
fake
today
reality.
is, it's total nonsense. It's just tripe. Mostly.
Yeah, a lot of fake realities. There is an
Okay.
actual, a coordinated assault against the spirit. And it is what I told you, the destruction of the family unit, the destruction of religion, the destruction of the food, drugs, destruction of ethics, all the education, the total destruction of education, all of that is a coordinated assault with the purpose of making man to be an animal, which means he's just a
Useless.
stimulus response mechanism. He just react to things. He's not actually creating. And what I'm saying, no, of course I'm insisting that I can prove that and not only that you're perfect. And I can see that by observation, or I can read in the Bible, and if I understand, you are made in the image of God, it means that you're perfect. What does it mean, beauty? What does it mean, aesthetic? God will be the most aesthetic thing in the universe. So if you
Hmm.
lose that, you don't know what beauty is. So sooner or later, you'll start to create ugliness. So, because that's the north, that's the actual compass. If you really understand that religion is the compass for the being, like science is the compass for the physical universe, an engineer that don't understand science or thinks that science is wrong will not be the very stable bridge,
Hmm.
because
True.
it's really science is the north for the physical universe, and religion is the north for the spirit. And without religion, the spirit will not survive, although it cannot not survive, but it will disappear under the rubbles of the physical universe.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very. Do you have any other questions, Myrtle?
Oh my goodness. I'm okay. So, we're heading into Christmas time, and that's another, I don't know, big season of propagating sometimes a lot of fake realities, and it doesn't, in my view, often help people to become better. And so one of the challenges that I'm having is how do I relate to this? So how do I relate to people where I see the fakeness now that I see it, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a fake, that's a fake reality, or that's not quite, So then I want to make sure that I'm not, as we say, throw the baby out with the bathwater. How do I adjust my own self in now, as I'm learning, as I'm growing, and um not become a person that's like totally going to the other direction. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So the
Good
basic
question.
principle, the basic principle is the following. Machine, if you look at a machine, you fix machine by finding what's wrong with it. People, you fix by finding what's right with it. So if you will start to see these people that you see they're fake realities, but you will know they're perfect, and you'll find what's right with them, what's right with them, what's right with them, what's right with them, you will become someone that they want to imitate, because they also want to find what's right with other people. So they will look at you, and you will set up a good example, and without saying a word, they will change. You don't need to talk. People don't learn by talking. People learn by observing. So all you have to do is to set up a good example and continue to find what's right with them, knowing very well that anything bad that you see is a lie. It's a mask. They're trying to convince you to attack them. It's kind of like the devil tried to convince you to go to the wrong way. And you need to never surrender to the devil, never surrender to invitations to do bad thing. Never. The bad thing is to find something bad with them. Never surrender to invitation to do bad things. Find what's right with them, and don't worry about fixing them. They're already perfect. They're just missing some data about how to act. And you set up a good example, and you will see that you learn. It's like if your parents set up a good example of eating together, or eating in a certain way, or cleaning, or you'll see that you'll be clean as well. They didn't need to tell you. What you didn't learn from them is what they told you. What you learned from them is the thing that they didn't say. But you looked and you admired those things, and automatically you've done it. Why? Because you are good. You are a magnet for good. And everything else, this thing that called the Satan or whatever, the bad is convincing you to try to fix the bad. The bad don't need to be fixed, because the viewpoint of fixing the bad is saying, look, there's something bad and I'm going to fix it. What if instead of fixing this small thing that bad, I make you bigger? This thing become nothing, irrelevant. Let's say someone doing something really, really bad, but he saved 1 billion people. And yes, he stole $100 from you, and he lied to you, and he cheated you, but he saved 1 billion people from dying. If you're sane, you will say, okay, fine, I'll take it every day. For every 1 billion people, you're allowed to cheat me once. I'll take it. Not a problem. You understand? You really need to make the person bigger, and you will see that he will be so big that he will not cheat. He will not need it. It will be irrelevant. So the bad is so small, but we're putting all our attention in the bad. So this thing that the spirit that is so big become nothing because we don't see it. What exists? What we put the attention on. So if I put the attention on the bad grows. And if I put the attention on the good grows. So what the instinct will tell you, no, he's a machine. Let's fix the machine. Let's find what's wrong. The truth is, forget about the machine. Let's just find what's right with him. He will grow so big that he will automatically undo this nonsense.
This is
Amazing.
so good. This is so good. So good. Thank you. Thank you. So I real quick, I'll tell you a story. So my young grandson, you know, he bit a kid at play group the other day, and my son phoned me, and he was just mortified. Whoa, like, and remembering, and I'm so grateful. I said, you have to separate the action from the child, and said, so don't, because the tendency is we put them together and then we punish the child, or we lock them in their room, or we withdraw affection from them. And I said, that doesn't help. So I think that was so powerful when my son was like, whoa, you're right, Mom. And they just, by doing that, it really helped the situation. So I can see how, like, I'm really working on applying what I'm learning. I'm learning the application is where the magic is. And I can see it having an impact throughout my family. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome and very well done. Very smart.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Very well done. Yeah, amazing.
Wow.
Very well. Gali, there are lots of
I'm gonna
comments.
go through. Let me go through some of the questions here. So okay, so I'm gonna not go through every single thing here, but Kapil said, wow, totally mind expanding viewpoints on religion by Mayor. Yes, true. Curtis
Thank
said,
you.
whoa, big goosebumps. Set a good example and find what's right with them. Yeah, amazing. And world class pros. That's why my life was hard. I never got acknowledgement. We need care, though. Yes,
Yeah.
and
But just one thing about acknowledgement, you don't need an acknowledgement from anyone. You need an acknowledgement from you. Otherwise, you will wait for a long time to the acknowledgement that may never come. You need to realize that the best acknowledgement is you. There is no better clapping than your clapping to you. So if you are, and this is again against what everyone teach you, if you are not full with yourself, if you are not cocky, if you are not the most full with yourself person in the universe, while making sure that you allow everyone to be at least as cocky as you, at least as full with themselves as you, if you don't do that, you don't have the right to live in this physical universe. You don't have the right to live, not because I'm saying that you don't have the right to live. The physical universe is a universe of force. It will eat you alive. And the only thing that wins this physical universe is your certainty. Result come only from certainty, not from action, from certainty, because certainty is the source of action. Certainty is source of the result. And you cannot be certain if you don't think that you're the most beautiful, unbelievable. If you don't go every day, wherever there is anything that resemble a mirror, and you don't look at yourself and like, oh my God, how they can do that? I mean, I'm so cool, I'm so beautiful. If you don't go like that all day long, something is wrong with you. But society tell you, no, you need to be humble. No. Stones can be humble. I'm expensive. And I make sure that everyone around me are at least as expensive as me. I demand them to be expensive. I tell them they are perfect. I don't accept anything less than perfect because you are perfect. I tell them they're beautiful. I find something right with them. Why? Because I can find something right with me. And if you cannot do that, no future for you. So don't ever wait for the acknowledgement because it may never come. Give the acknowledgement to yourself and be the one that calls. Give acknowledgement to others. You'll see that the person that gives the acknowledgement is the important person. Who is more important, the president that give you the award or the person that received the award?
Hmm.
Be the
True.
president. Don't be the one that's receiving the award, because the one that's receiving the award is always junior, and is it's temporary. It's like 5 minutes where you receive the award. Then what? Nothing. But if you can give the award, it's forever, because you can give it to everyone. There's 8 billion people waiting to get awards every day, 5 times per day.
Yeah, true. That's amazing. That's an amazing answer on that. Wow. And Kapil said, "Wow, really wonderful observations, Myrtle. You're amazing." True, true, very true.
True.
Great
I
questions,
agree.
great observations. Yes. And Kapil also said, "Mayor is a genius who can also help other people to become a genius." That's true too. True. And there was a question here from World Class Pros. What if people stay as pure as they can be, but then are susceptible to the bad and evil because of that consistent purity, but then also don't have loving support? What do we do when that individual becomes a victim of wrongdoers?
Okay. If you're a victim, this is not something that will be easy for you to swallow. If you're a victim because you've done something to someone else. If someone hit you, you hit someone else. If someone steal from you, you stole a lot. Maybe you didn't steal money, but you steal time, or you steal attention, or you steal something. But if someone do something for you, if it seems that the physical universe has the power to hurt you, you hurt it. So this is the first thing to realize. And the way to handle it is not to ponder why, but to go and handle yourself. Because you, the spirit, cannot be hurt. You cannot be hurt. Your possession can be hurt. I can hurt your body. I can hurt your possessions. I can hurt your mind, but I cannot hurt you, because where are you? How can I hurt you? You are not there. You are nothingness. The moment that you realize it, you will grow above the urge to justify and to become a victim, and you will become source and cause over your life, not a second before. Now, people tell me, but it's difficult. No, it's difficult to be a victim. It's easy to be God. And I'm asking you to become God, not God like the God of, like real God. Talking about just God of your own life, over your life. Just wear this jacket of, I've been created in the image of God, and wear it with responsibility, because it's a duty that you've been given. This is not just a line in some a book. It is a duty that you have been given. You are going to wear this jacket of I have been created in the image of God, which means I don't have the privilege to cry, to justify, to use excuses, to explain. If I need to explain, I need to know that the only explanation is it's me. No other
Hmm.
explanation. It's never the other side. If someone point at you, what he says is, God will help me to explain how you are to blame at what I've done. 3 fingers towards me. So there's no question. Before you realize that, your life will be difficult and they will deteriorate continuously. It's never the other side. It's you. Of course, there's a lot of knowledge around it, and to realize it and to make it your own will take some work. But that's what we teach. And that's what you realize. You can ask every one of my students, and they will tell you for sure, regardless of how bad the situation is, regardless of how upset, regardless of how much they justify, regardless of how many excuses they're coming with, eventually, somewhere down, they know it's them. That's the difference. That's the difference between a person that will eventually, it will take a week, a month, a year, a lifetime, I don't care, but eventually that person will have salvation. That person will release himself from this trap of the physical universe, and the others will become part of the physical universe. They will become as solid as a stone. And it's your choice,
Wow.
stone or God.
Amazing. 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 Wow. Like What an answer. That was an amazing answer. And Ashley said, amazing. This is true here on Instagram. She said, mind blown earlier. Yes. And Christine
Thank
said,
you.
it makes so much sense. I need to practice this and become more aware when I'm not. Mahalo deeply. And live your higher self. Wow, such a powerful concept. Tressa, amazing. Uh, Ava, beautiful. And Kelly, you're such a champion, Myrtle. Yes, she is.
Is
Tressa said that's so
agreed.
empowering. Yeah, agreed. And there's one more question from Kapil. How do you break the loop of committing sins over and over again?
Okay, so in order to break the loop, you need to learn a few principles. Um, and I'll give you just the general answer. Uh, I know it's not everything, and you will have questions around it, but the basic idea is if you can isolate the truth on how you created the sin, the moment that you remove all explanation to the sins and you know that it's you, there is no more sin.
Mm, mm-hmm,
Realize if I don't if I don't have any justification, any explanation, what is a justification? What is an excuse? It's a method to make a sin that is really not kosher. It's to take pork and to put it on a discount so Jewish people buy it. Yes. So it's
yes.
like, why do I
Yeah.
buy pork? Because it's on a discount. It's a method to take something that it's a real big sin and make it into a no sin. So why did I cheat her? Because I'm married to her 30 years. I cannot be with one wife all the time. Why did I steal from him? He stole from me first. The moment that you have an explanation to the sin, other than it's me, I did it, 100%, no explanation. The moment that it's me, I did it, two things happen. Number one, you can do something about it because if you did it, you can undid it.
Mm-hmm,
You get the idea. So first of all, you can undo it if you realize that you did it. And number
mm-hmm,
two, once you know that it's you and it's not someone else, once you don't blame anyone else, you will stop looking for a reason. Because every time you look for a reason, you're adding a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. Are you with me? Every
yeah.
reason you ever found other than it's me for anything is a lie. And I know it sounds weird, but it's true. You just need
So,
to let the medicine work. Over time, you'll see
yeah.
that it's true.
Yeah. That's really powerful. That's also just a powerful viewpoint of operating. Kelly
Yeah.
Lawton said, thanks for taking on this thorny topic. Yeah, it is. And basically, I think before we wrap up, I want to ask Myrtle if you have any other questions that we didn't cover. I know we're kind of coming up on an hour, but Myrtle, I'll leave you with the last word before I take over.
Oh, you know what? This has been fantastic. Is these questions have been, you know, blocking me in the sense from fully implementing, because I'm, one of the things I'm learning is you gain knowledge, but it's applicable knowledge. So it's when you apply it, and oftentimes there is this block between the application. So I get it, but then I'm like, yeah, but, and it's like really dismantling those yeah buts, right, of preconceived ideas, prior causes, knowledges that I thought I had, fake realities, all those things that come in that prevents me from doing what I need to do. And so I really am so grateful. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
The principles have just been so powerful. So understanding that separation has been really, really key. Really working on the I'm perfect part and understanding that anything's not perfect. But I see now more and more clearly why you say it might take a week, it might take a month, but it's really understanding that sometimes these things take some time to dismantle them. And then the key thing is to find the good. So I'm really grateful for that today. Is you think you people by seeing what's good. So learn to focus on the good and to be that example. Again, sometimes I struggle with that because you say that's being cocky or that's being not being humble. So then because this is me, I'm out there, I'm alive, I'm vibrant, but sometimes then I go, oh, maybe I'm just a little too much, and then I kind of fold my hands and come back. So so I'm really grateful for all this. So thank you for this. I'm beyond grateful. Woo.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes.
You're, yeah,
Gali, I
very
think
welcome. I'm so glad to have you on. And yeah, what were you gonna say, Mayor?
that the only thing that I will add uh, is that if you really look at life, people want to have nice cars and they want to have nice bodies and they want to have a lot of cash uh, and they want to have a lot of material things. And it's really important. It's really important to have those material things. But those material things are the result of your viewpoint. And those material things comes to beautiful viewpoints, and the bad things come to ugly viewpoints. And you will see people that don't have actually have a lot of criticism towards other people. And those people that are just nice, they're somehow magnets to this beautiful thing, to this thing that we consider is good. So they will have a healthy body, they will have a nice house, they will have money, and they will enjoy it. So the actual truth, the actual source of wealth and health and happiness is your viewpoint. Is it they're wrong, or is it they're perfect and anything that is not perfect is not there? That's the make and break. That's the difference. And there's no other.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. And Christine Moon said, I'm so with you earlier, what you were saying. Not weird, and I can see the truth of the
Oh,
medicine.
wow.
Mahalo deeply. Yes, Kapil said,
Thank you.
fantastic. Thank you, Mayor. Yes, totally. And one last thing. This Friday, we have a seminar that's very, very expensive. It's $26, which includes you being there plus a recording. So it's basically for
We
free.
told you we are Jewish.
Yeah, yeah. Very Jewish. This is not Jewish at all. We should have charged way more. So this Friday, 3 hours live seminar. I'm delivering it, and we've been preparing it, and it's going to be amazing. Mayor, maybe you could just touch a bit on it before we wrap up.
Yeah. So the basic idea behind this seminar is to get you to see why you are refusing to see. And you'll say, no, no, but of course I see. I can see this wall. I can see this. Well, have a look. If the result of or if what you do is not what's needed, obviously some of the data is broken because you are perfect. Why is the
Hmm.
data broken? Because you are not looking. How do I know that you are not looking? Because other person in the same exact mechanism, the exact situation, print money and you print problems.
Hmm.
So obviously you don't see. Yes, obviously you don't see. Why you don't see? And how do you actually remove these things from your eyes so you stop walking like a horse, going nowhere, someone controlling you, but start to fly like an eagle? That's the
Hmm.
purpose of this seminar. It is for free. $26 for this is for free.
Yeah,
So it's just unbelievable. You need to be there if you want to fly.
yeah, absolutely. It's going to
But you
be
need to
incredible.
be, you need to be, you need to be brave to fly, you know. That's the only problem with flying. You need to be brave to fly.
Hmm.
Any person that ever took off had a certain amount of bravery, especially at the beginning. And for you, it's like you are the Wright brothers. You're flying for the first time. There is a certain amount of bravery, like you need to be brave in order to take off the first time because you really
That's so
like the
true.
ground.
Mm, that's so true. That's a great analogy. It's actually very, very, very accurate. Any
Yeah.
new venture, any new year, if you're going to take off, is it requires bravery. It's so true, actually. Yeah, I love that. It's going to be great. If you're interested, which I'm sure you are, you go to 2026.gprosperity.com. That's it, 2026.gprosperity.com. Kelly asked for the $26. She asked, do we have a payment plan? We can
She is
arrange a
really
payment plan.
Jewish. Now
She's
talking
really,
about
yeah,
Jew. Now she is
yeah,
Jewish.
yeah,
We're getting a lesson here.
yeah, exactly. I love it. So,
The best. She's the
um,
best.
she is totally. So, thank you for today, Myrtle. Thank you for coming on and for
Thank you.
asking the
Thank you.
questions and for being curious and for speaking on behalf of many people that wanted to know this data. And really, your whole viewpoint was just to have a better impact on the people around you, which I really admire. And I love that. And Mayor, thank you so much for
Thank you,
the
Babale.
incredible, mind blowing answers that I would have never known to come in at. That you always come from an angle that's just unbelievable, but it ends up being, oh, yeah, that's true. So thank you for that. It was really
I
amazing.
love you, Babale. I love
I
you.
love you.
Thank you. And thank
Mwah.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and thank you for the questions and for being
Yes.
so happy and alive and always having such a beautiful viewpoint. So thank you. Because all those questions can come only from perfection, from beautiful viewpoint. Otherwise, there will not be this kind of questions. So honest
Yeah.
and true and like beautiful, just beautiful.
Yeah. True.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Okay.
Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
And see you this Friday at the seminar. Thank you.
See you at the seminar at what time,
W-
Bobby?
At what time? It's 2 p.m. South African, which is
7
7
a.m.
a.m.
Eastern.
Eastern. 7 a.m. Eastern. And by the way,
7
one
a.m.
last thing.
I'll
You
be
know how we,
there.
yeah, you'll be there. You know how we have the intro video and the outro video? Kapil, who's on today, has helped us, and you'll see we have a new updated outro and intro video for all these, so you can
Yeah.
enjoy it now as we
Wow.
go to it. Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Mwah. Love you,
Thank you.
Baba.
Mwah.
Bye.
Love
Mwah,
you.
mwah,
Bye.
mwah.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.